inevitable that at some point in your life, probably more than once, you're going to feel uncertain. You're going to have periods of time when you don't know what the results will be of your efforts, when you don't have the ability to predict the future, when you just can't seem to have clarity on what's coming next. And that's life. That's just a fact of life. So we have to learn to deal with it. Now, most of the world realized this or struggled with uncertainty when the COVID-19 pandemic hit. And while I'm recording this video, we're still in the midst of this pandemic, and we don't know what's going to happen to the economy. We don't know if we're going to stay healthy. We don't know if our loved ones will die. We don't know if we'll have a job. We don't know how we'll pay the rent or the mortgage. It's just part of this pandemic. I know so many people struggling. Their plans for the future seem to have been tossed into the wind. Their businesses have been left to flounder, really, to flounder and to disappear because they can't open. So many different issues related to this pandemic have brought up uncertainty. So, what can you do when you feel uncertain? There are 6 things that I want to talk about with you, 6 ways that I believe you can thrive in times of uncertainty, whether that's during a pandemic or whether it's any other time when you just don't know the future. You just don't know what's going to happen next. So the first one is to stay present. I don't know how many times I've said to my kids, you just can't know, and therefore all you can do is accept that whatever it is in this moment, and be present in this moment. That's all you can do. Be here now, as Ram Dass would say. Be here now and just learn to be okay with this moment, because it's the only moment you have any clarity on, really, any definitive idea of what it is or what it's about is this moment. So be here now in this moment. Just be present. Now, that can be pretty hard when your mind wants to train itself on the future, on what's coming next, but we don't know what's coming next. So we have to be okay now. We have to be where we are now and be okay with that. So think about your surroundings. Are you safe right now? Do you have food? Are you maybe at home with your family? How is it that you, this moment, are okay? Look around, see where you are, who you're with, what your situation is. Pay attention to that right now. Are you feeling okay? Are you healthy? Are you present? Because as long as you're in the future, thinking about the future or thinking about the past, you're not in the present moment. So constantly ask yourself, where am I right now? I'm here right now. How am I feeling right now? What could I do right now? That's being present. The second thing to do is to accept uncertainty. The more you fight against the fact that things are uncertain right now, the more unhappy you're going to be, the more you're going to struggle with this particular moment. So constantly remind yourself that uncertainty is natural and it's okay. It's okay not to know. Okay, so this is also kind of hard, like being present. It can feel challenging to us, but it is possible to just accept that we don't know. There's nothing else we can do, which brings us back to the moment. Is all I can do is be here now. Because whatever's going to be is going to be, and I don't have any control over it right now. I don't know what's going to happen. Just uncertainty is a fact of life, and so I just need to accept it rather than push against it. If you're pushing against uncertainty all the time and you want to have certainty when you know you can't or when it's not possible, you're just going to make yourself miserable. So you have to just accept that right now things are uncertain. And I know that can feel tough, but just accept it. Right now things are uncertain. Nothing I can do about that, but be here now. Be here, be okay with right now, okay? Now, the third thing that you can do is to identify areas of certainty. So you're so full of uncertainty right now. Let's think about where you feel certain. Where in your life are things sure? Where are you certain? Are you certain that there's a roof over your head and that it'll still be there 2 months from now? Or a week from now? Are you certain that you have enough food to get you through the next few weeks? Are you certain that you feel good, that you are healthy? Are you certain that you love your children, your spouse, your parents? Are you sure that you can get out of bed tomorrow? Are you sure that there's money in the bank? Are you certain that the sun will come out tomorrow? Are you certain that the sun will go down today? Are you certain that it'll rain tomorrow or it'll be sunny tomorrow? Are you certain that the flowers are going to bloom? What are you certain about? Are you certain that you have the skills to get a job when this is over? Are you certain that that you've done everything you can to be prepared for whatever the future brings? These are areas where you can find certainty. Okay? Now, number 4, in terms of how to thrive when you're faced with uncertainty, has to do with looking for options, opportunities, and possibilities. It is possible to be here in the moment and to be thinking about what might open up for you without futuring too much, without spending too much time in the future. But if you're going to be in the future, at least be thinking about options, opportunities, and possibilities. So again, you're not certain, you don't know, but what could be your options? What could be your opportunities? What possibilities might arise out of this uncertain time? Okay? Super important, because this is where you begin to brainstorm how to respond as things change, how to respond to businesses opening up again, how to respond to somebody, to the people around you who might be struggling and challenged. Maybe there's an opportunity in that for you. Maybe the fact that your industry is totally closed down right now is going to provide an opportunity later. So think about those possibilities and begin to brainstorm what kind of options might there be for you in the future. More importantly, what are your options right now? What are the possibilities that you have right now? What opportunities do you have right now? Think about those things, because now you're thinking along positive lines, right? And you're looking forward to these possibilities, to these opportunities, to these options that you might be able to take advantage of. Now, the 5th thing you can do to thrive when there's a lot of uncertainty is to manage your focus. What happens to most people is they have this downward spiral that happens when they don't manage their mind. They don't manage their thoughts. And so they're constantly thinking about how horrible things could be in the future. They're not in the moment. They're futuring, but in a negative way. They're thinking about all the negative things that might happen. Maybe they're listening to the news. So maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you're listening to the news all the time, or you're thinking about what will happen if you don't get unemployment, or if you don't get a loan, or if you don't get a job, or if your business doesn't reopen soon. Any of this negative thinking is going to send you into a downward spiral of anxiety and depression and fear. You don't want to go there. It's not helpful. So instead, I want you to, if you do want to think about the future, to dream and to visualize about the future that you would like. Okay? Think about the future that you would like to actually create or have occur for you. Okay? So no, it's still, yes, it's still uncertain, but you can at least begin thinking about what you would like to have happen. Dream about it, visualize it, feel it. From a law of attraction standpoint, this is your time to focus on what you want. Don't focus on what you don't want. Don't focus on no money, lack of jobs, people dying. Don't focus on that. Focus on what you want, what makes you feel good. Okay? This is a chance for you to begin creating what you want, almost out of nothing. So spend some time dreaming, visualizing, feeling good about what you might create in the future. Then focus on the positive. Okay, so I've I've written about this some, that the earth is healing in the process of this. Consciousness is being raised. People are connecting in totally new ways that we could never have dreamed of. Really, we've come together as humanity. We're no longer so divided as a people. These are all wonderful things. So focus on the good. For me, being home all this time has been good. I've managed to create for myself a workout schedule that I never quite managed to have before. I have more time. Not a lot. I worked at home before. Nothing's really changed except that I'm not driving places, and so that creates more time for me. So think about what's positive, the positive things coming out of this for you. And be grateful. Be grateful that you do have a home or apartment. Be grateful that there is food on the table. I'm super grateful that people are bringing us, that are shopping for us at our local store so that we don't have to go into the store. Be grateful that the first responders are out there doing their jobs. Be grateful that it's spring and the flowers are blooming. Be grateful that it's sunny and warm today. Be grateful for anything and everything. Be grateful for your family. Be grateful for your positivity. Be grateful for your health. Be grateful that you have as much as you have and that you can do as much as you can do. Be grateful for 5 minutes of feeling good, but be grateful. These are all ways to manage your mind, to manage your focus. Again, to dream and visualize about a future you want, to focus on positivity, positive things in your life, and to feel grateful for what you have. Now, the last of the 6 ways to thrive during uncertainty has to do with taking inspired action. And by this I mean to really get in touch with what you feel is your purpose. So if you haven't ever done that, this is a great time to take some time and to think about what your purpose is in life. It might be to care for your family or to support your family. It might be to make a positive and meaningful difference in the world in some way, to contribute, to be of service. Could be any number of things. And you can choose your purpose. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be some big spiritual thing. But some people do feel they have a soul purpose. But take that sense of purpose and combine it with your passions. When you're passionate about something, excited, so interested in something, so excited about it that you can't stop talking about it, and you combine that with your sense of purpose, you're going to get inspired. And then you can take what I call inspired action. So I want you to find that little bit of inspiration. Again, if you think about your purpose, maybe today you have a purpose, or this hour you have a purpose. But combine that with something that you really love and are excited about, and you will get inspired, and you'll know what inspired action to take. Then take it. If you don't feel inspired, you don't know your passion or purpose, do something. Take action. You will feel better when you take action, and I mean positive action. Bake some bread. Call a friend. Call somebody you haven't talked to in a long time. Call somebody who's alone. Go out and work in your garden. Clean your closet. Try on all your clothes and throw out the stuff you don't like anymore. Do something that makes you feel better. Take some sort of action, okay? Best if it's inspired action, but any action will do. You're going to feel better afterwards. And that's something concrete. I cleaned out my closet. I can be certain of that. I can be certain that I tried on all the clothes in my closet and I got, put in a bag everything I don't like, and that everything in my closet is something I like to wear. That's certainty. So give yourself some certainty by taking some action. So those are my 6 ways for you to thrive during uncertainty. To stay present, to accept uncertainty, to identify areas of certainty, to look for options, opportunities, and possibilities, to manage your focus by visualizing and dreaming about the positive things you want to create, to focus on what is positive in your life, and to focus on gratitude, and last, to take some inspired action. I hope you found these 6 tips helpful. I know uncertainty is hard. I really do. I don't necessarily do so well with it. I tend to just try to stay present and not think about the future because it's hard to be thinking about a future that you don't want or that you don't know what it will be. So I hope this helped you. I know it helps me. I've been sharing the same tips with my friends and family, and it's helping them. So that is it for today. That's sort of my challenge to you, is to take on these 6 tips, these 6 strategies, so that you aren't struggling so much with uncertainty now or at any time in the future. I'm Nina Amir. I'm the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I help people get from where they are now to where they want to go by helping them realize their purpose and their passion so that they can take that inspired action. And in the process, they achieve their potential, they fulfill their purpose, and they create lives that they can live fully, lives that they create on their own terms. I help people feel empowered to do that, to create the lives of their dreams. So if that's of interest to you, please fill out the application above. Just click on the link, fill out the application for a free coaching session with me, and we'll get together for an hour or an hour and a half, and we'll talk about wherever you are now and where you want to go and how to get there. And I promise you'll walk away with some strategies and tips that you can put to use right away. Okay? So fill out the application. If you want to read a related blog post, you can click on the other link above and read that blog post. Be sure to leave me a comment below this video or on the blog post. Tell me what you think. What's working for you when it comes to dealing with uncertainty? Or did my tips help you? I'd love to know. So leave me a comment down below. Share this video with anyone you think will be helped. And until I talk to you next time, go out there and achieve more inspired results.